Hi, my username's WobStuff, and I'm going to quickly explain how I took two 2D images and put them into a 3D environment. Okay, so you can see on this composition I've got two images. I'm going to say that's going to be the background and that's going to be the foreground. Now you can't obviously see that background through this foreground, so you have to use an effect called keying, colour key, and this is a bit like blue screen, except this time we can get rid of the white rather than blue. Now if we get rid of the background, we can see this isn't a great way of doing it, but by fiddling around with these you can sort of get a good effect. So if we bring this background in, you can now see this foreground is see-through, so you can see the background. Now if we click these boxes here, it turns it into 3D images. So if we take the background, transform, we can actually push this back in space. Obviously that's your X left and right, that's your Y up and down, but this is now the Z axis. So if we push that back to about 1000, we've now added a bit of space between the foreground and the background. This allows us to add a new layer, camera layer, and if by using keyframes we can say at the beginning we can say the camera zooms in through the first image. Now the main thing about this is you've got to have the position of interest on the background, which if you remember we pushed back by about 1000. So now the point of interest on the background image. So make a keyframe on position, and then we can say by 10 seconds we can have zoomed in, and now we're on the front, but actually through the first image onto the second one. And obviously you change the X values and the Y values to zoom on different things, but now what you get is between these two keyframes a nice animated zoom through the first image to the second. And that's how you can take two simple 2D images and put them in a 3D environment.